Hey Fabulous! So welcome back to Favorite Film Friday. This case, we are going out of, I think, California for this one. This case, for some reason, Asia at one point was compared to the O.J. Simpson trial. And with O.J. recently dying, and considering like how major that trial was, I'm surprised that this case wasn't as well known, but apparently it's very well known over there. But this case is not very well known over here. So I guess there are definitely some similarities as I can see why it was compared to the O.J. Simpson case. But there's definitely the differences too. If you've heard this case, definitely know what you think down below. And so if you have any similar cases you think I should cover this, recommendations are always welcome down below. And so with that being said, I'm gonna quit my rambling and let's go and get started. We have a man by the name of Jim Peng. Okay, P-E-N-G. He goes on and marries a woman named Lisa Peng, so P-A-N-G. She also takes his last name, as you know what you do when you marry somebody. And so, Jim apparently was born in Taiwan. Lisa, his wife, she is a stay-at-home mom while he's working, because, you know, that's, I guess, the traditional for their culture. They proceed to have 2 daughters together. Jim apparently would have businesses in Taiwan, but eventually moved back to California. And so, because his main businesses apparently were in Taiwan, he would travel, basically, to Taiwan and China multiple times a year. So I guess like little business trips. And then apparently his company was like electronic communications, and they sold CV radios to the police. So in 1992, apparently he's at a hotel in China for another business meeting. He comes across a woman named Jennifer Jai, but we're gonna call her Jennifer for the rest of the story. She apparently was born in 1968, and apparently she was a PR manager. He of course starts having an affair. He would go back to China, of course, for the business trips, but also as an excuse to see Jennifer more often. Eventually, it gets to the point to where he just decides, we're just going to move her to California. So move her all the way over to the United States, so that way she's closer, so I ain't got to travel back and forth between you and my wife. And so apparently, he would put her into her own apartment, a $5,000 monthly allowance on top of 1/3 share of the company that he owned. So then, this company apparently is called J&J Electronics, which some people think is like Jim and Jennifer, because obviously, who is this other J? And Lisa doesn't start with a J, so you can interpret that as you want to. The wife, obviously, she catches on, she finds out about the affair, because apparently she finds female clothes, doesn't specify what type of female clothes, but finds female clothes in the closet, which she knows is not hers, and then his luggage, his work bag. So apparently she goes to the office, she meets Jennifer there. She confronts Jennifer, is like, hey, you know, nicely, can you leave my husband alone? She asked nicely. And Jennifer apparently refused. So I guess Jennifer, in an act to tease Lisa, she would just purposely leave, like, clothes, I'm assuming, like, panties, lingerie, stuff that are obviously, you know, of her screwing your husband, over at the house. Lisa, understandably, in a fit of rage, just over here ripping this stuff up, because, like, I was with you when you had nothing, and now you over successful, you over cheating on me. Like, what? And we got kids together. Like, what the fuck? And so, apparently, Lisa would go to Taiwan. That's specified what for, but she goes back to Taiwan. Apparently, comes back early, and she literally sees Jim and Jennifer coming back to the house. Jennifer has the audacity to tell Lisa, that, oh, this ain't gonna be your house for too long. So, of course, Lisa is over here like, hey, she's fucking up our marriage. Can you, like, fire her ass? And Jim, he ain't finna fire her. So then, Jennifer apparently finds around this time that she's pregnant. And apparently, for context, in China at the time at least, because I guess Jennifer was from China, you was only allowed to have 1 kid. So I guess Jennifer already had a kid and, like, just didn't bring them over to the States. And so if you had, like, the 1-child policy, so if you had more than 1 kid, and especially from an affair, you had to get an abortion. So I guess they allowed exceptions for that. And so apparently, Lisa would find out about the pregnancy, but it's not confirmed how she found out. So Jennifer proceeds to give birth in March of 1993. To her and Jim's son. On August 18th, 1993, Jim goes checks on Jennifer, as he would, because, you know, he's paying for this apartment, this side chick, whatever. He goes in and finds her and this baby dead. So Jennifer apparently was stabbed 18 times, and the baby was suffocated. So obviously he calls police. He is, of course, considered a suspect at first, but he's able to show an alibi to prove that it couldn't have been me. I guess he gave up his wife's name pretty quickly, or was like, maybe my wife did it. But somehow Lisa's name gets in it. She, of course, denies this. But apparently there's, like, bite marks on Jennifer that later come back to Lisa. And the police get Jim to talk to Lisa, because maybe she'll confess that she talks to her husband. Apparently they argue about the murders in Chinese, which is their native language. And obviously I don't think they, in California at least, had a Chinese translator on deck. But once they found one, they realized they were arguing Chinese. And so Lisa apparently would say that the murders were in self-defense. She, of course, is arrested. Jim doesn't even testify for her at trial. Apparently, he goes back to Taiwan. As far as we know, he never returned to the U.S. Sorry. So the first trial is a hung jury. I guess Jim didn't want nothing to do with this because, even though he's kind of the reason why all this happened. There's a second trial. Second trial, she gets life in prison. She obviously appeals that shit. And then in 1999, so she appeals in 1999, and then the prosecution was like, we can give you 11 years on 2 counts of manslaughter, and you go back to Taiwan, which is your home country, and you never return to the U.S. And I guess she took it, because as far as we know, she's not in the U.S. right now. So then, rewind back a little bit to 1997. Apparently, Jim's company gets sued for illegally importing radio equipment. Didn't say what happened on that. And apparently, Jennifer's parents would also sue for $2 million for wrongful death for the death of their daughter. And it didn't say whether she got that. So, with that being said, like I said, this case was referred to as, they compared it to the O.J. Simpson trial over there in Asia. So, I guess over there was pretty wild, because you got cheating husbands and shit. Definitely know what you think down below. Do you think that Lisa should have got the life sentence? Why she had to kill the baby was because the baby was a reminder of her husband's infidelity. Definitely know you down below. If you have any other cases that are pretty scandalous in other countries that probably aren't as well known as the U.S., definitely let me know. I cover fatal females 3 times every Friday. Subscribe for more fatal females, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't